we decided on the game we're gonna do in between Metal Gear Solid and Solid 2.
Bayonetta news.
And I think I'm gonna convince you throughout this LP to want to play 2 more games made by Hideki Anno.
Okay.
Not Hideki Anno, that's Hideki Kamiya. Hideki Anno made Evangelion.
Made Evangelion.
And Gunbuster.
You're confusing your fandom boners.
I'm confusing my Hidekis.
You're crossing
Hideki
the
Anno
dicks.
is a huge nerd. Hideki Kamiya is a different kind of huge nerd. Whereas Hideki Anno looks like, a giant, he looks like a stereotypical manga artist, whereas, Hideki Kamiya is the kind of guy who takes pictures in high school with his mama wearing, biker jackets.
He loves his mama.
And, so, the story of Hideki Kamiya is that he's awesome and helped develop the Resident Evil franchise. He directed Resident Evil 2, which is the best in the franchise, in my opinion.
Really?
Well,
not 4?
4 is a different kind of game. In terms of, the old classic, tank control ones, 2 is the best.
Mm-hmm.
2 just has the best moments and the best, stuff, and so...
Story.
Give it one second, sorry.
Something was slightly in front of the TV, except not really. But Devin felt the need to get rid of it.
It was. I was staring at it.
Oh, okay.
my Magic the Gathering deck box. And but so he then eventually, because Resident Evil 4 was initially going to have a lot of melee combat. It was going to take place in a castle, and that got scrapped. And eventually, the very very rough alpha of that got turned into the first Devil May Cry game.
Oh, neat.
And so Hideki Kamiya made Devil May Cry 1 and produced 2, 3, and 4. And so he really wanted to make a Devil May Cry 5, because Devil May Cry is all about a game where you're not supposed to just smash a singular button over and over again, and you get punished for doing so. So it's all about varying your combos, knowing what to do, and essentially you have a style gauge, where it's if you can do the same thing over and over again, the style gauge gets bored. So it's like trying to impress a child with ADHD. That's the way I always explain it. And so...
So does Alex like it?
I don't think Alex likes those. Alex doesn't like super hard games, and Devil May Cry is.
Oh, yeah.
Devil May Cry is the kind of game that just curb stomps your dick until you're crying, and then and then says why is this guy crying all of a sudden? It's the kind of game where every time. No, I don't have online functionality right now because my Wi-Fi's dead.
Yay! Low tech.
By playing
Analog internet, if that makes any sense. It does.
So I'm gonna start a new game.
New game. Yeah, and you just to prep, because this is one of those games. You pretty much beat this game before I showed up, and now you're playing it again.
I didn't. Well, you can replay levels in your profile when you already beat them. So I was just playing them again with all the weapons I had unlocked, and I was doing them on hard. And so I'm gonna play on normal just because this game is actually hard.
Right.
And this is a good game, and it's kind of the spiritual successor to Devil May Cry. Except for the first loading screen. The loading screens are kind of long in this game, so they allow you to practice your combos in the loading screen, which is brilliant. Why don't more people do this?
Yeah.
Also, do you know how Namco ruined loading screens for everybody?
No.
Because Namco actually, they own the idea, you're not allowed to do this in games, to put mini-games in your loading screens anymore. Only Namco can do that. And they never do. So they've ruined loading screens for everybody.
Wow, that's balls.
I haven't been able to unlock that alternate costume for Bayonetta. I really like that one, her, kind of flashback costume.
Whoa.
So essentially, this game is all about kind of, actually having really dynamic,
Is this the beginning of the game?
Yeah.
Just in medias res?
Yeah. They don't really tell you controls or anything, but, I don't really know how to play the game. So essentially, in Devil May Cry, you only had one attack button, and there was no blocking, so it was all about dodging.
Uh-huh.
So that you wouldn't have to rely on, just sitting there and blocking forever.
So far, this is fucking insane right off the damn bat.
But in this one, you have 2 attack buttons, which are, you can put any, in Devil May Cry, there was sword and gun. Triangle was sword, square was gun.
Uh-huh.
Because it was all, Dante was cool, he had 2, really cool-looking guns, and he had sword. And that was his thing.
Yeah.
So this one, Bayonetta has a gun button, which is just she'll automatically just kind of fire her guns. She has a hand button, so essentially starts hitting guys with her guns, and then she has guns on her feet, and so then starts kicking guys with her guns. So O is kind of like foot button.
So this game is guns.
This game is called My High Heels Are Bullets, and they're awesome. I can't wait for the Wii U version of this because I want to see what the Samus and Link costumes are going to be like.
Right. Freaking... maybe she just fires, arrows out of her heels or something for Link.
Well, because I don't think it does anything unique, with
Hook
weapons.
shot.
Because, there's already a katana in this game, and I was looking at gameplay of her using the Master Sword. It looked like it had the same moveset as a katana.
Yeah.
Except that it had, the Zelda, whirlwind spin.
Yeah.
And made, Link to the Past noises.
Just Chinese dragon just chilling around this falling clock.
Yeah, so all the enemies in this game are called angels. And I kind of like how they look like super angelic and holy, but the more damage they get, the more like gruesome and horrifying they look.
Also, I just realized that you are falling from an enormously tall height. Like, you were in space.
Yeah, this game is pretty awesome.
It's like the Tower of Babel or something, since it's religious. Because it's the only tall religious tower I'm aware of in fiction and, well, mythos.
I guess it tells time now.
I don't know, there's probably a clock on there somewhere, I don't fucking know. I don't understand. I'm just sort of assuming that this game just about barely makes sense.
That's kind of how Platinum Games works. Platinum, so after...
And I don't mind, like, that's not a critique. I've never cared about that sort of thing,
Platinum
especially
Games
in video
isn't
games.
the best at writing their plots, but like they're the opposite of Guilty Gear and BlazBlue, where they have not that good ideas. Well, they do have good ideas, but not that good of stories. But they tell them so well they don't really mind.
Right.
If that makes sense. Like,
yeah. That guy looks like a Yu-Gi-Oh card.
Yeah, that's Temperentia. It's one of the bosses. I have unlimited health in this section, so even if you... Because that's how they kind of explain, like, we're not telling you the controls, you're immortal, just get a taste for the combat a little bit.
Yeah. Yeah, I dig it. I can dig it.
So, like, I can't die here. But one of the biggest gameplay aspects is when you press R2, Bayonetta will do this kind of cartwheel dodge.
Oh,
and
nice.
If I... Oh, ow.
Whoa.
Ow, Temperentia just fucking stepped on me. And if I dodge at the exact moment where somebody hits me, I activate Witch Time, which is where I have about 5 seconds of time stop, just to, like, you know.
Yeah.
So the game kind of relies on you getting Witch Time constantly.
Oh.
So it's all about, you know, quick dodging always, and it's awesome. But Platinum Games is kind of like this company that kind of was made of ex-Sega and ex-Capcom employees. And essentially because Capcom and Sega recently have just making awful decisions, like firing Keiji Inafune, firing Hideki Anno, like firing all their best guys. Hideki Kamiya.
Kamiya.
And
is it Kamina?
Kamiya.
Kamiya. We'll just try and
Kamiya.
mimetically link it to Kamina.
I think I'm thinking Hideki Anno because I was reblogging a lot of Evangelion last night.
Oh, when do you... I like how it's film, but this is a damn video game.
It's the cutscenes. They have like two different kinds of cutscenes in this game, and that are like these, where it's kind of like shit is moving, but the characters actually aren't. So it's kind of like a motion comic in a really bizarre way. And then they actually have fully animated cutscenes. And I don't know why. Like, my friend got really pissed off at these. Like, just pick one kind of cutscene.
I like it.
I do too. Where like the character models are like you know, static.
Yeah.
But they're still like, for example, like Bayonetta's hair will still be blowing in the wind, kinda.
Yeah, I like it. It's limited. It is like a motion comic.
I like the way Jeanne looks in 2 a lot better.
Was that the Princess Leia looking motherfucker?
Yeah, that's the other witch.
Yeah, she looked kind of dinky.
She looks like Ash Crimson from King of Fighters in the next game.
And these guys look weird too with their weird hats. They are mass slaughtering themselves.
Yeah.
Goddamn cults.
These, like, the thing I like about Bayonetta is like, well, the way it got made was that Hideki Kamiya was all like, okay, I didn't really have a hand in Devil May Cry 4, and I want to do Devil May Cry again. And Capcom was kind of like,
no.
They were like, Hideki Anno, we want to do something else with Devil May Cry. And what happened, I'm just going to say it real quick. What happened to that was, you know, D.M.C.
Right.
The reboot, which isn't bad. It just doesn't
feature Dante from Devil May Cry.
It does. It just doesn't. Like, I like it, and I felt that the game got better as it went on, and then it peaked, and then it ended. So I think that if that game got a sequel, it would be amazing, and they might be able to nail it. Because like the DLC for it, because they released like a DLC where you play as Virgil, and it was awesome. That was the best part of the game. Was the epilogue DLC, but they're never gonna make a sequel. That game sold like ass.
Did it really?
Yeah,
That
the game
sucks.
sold like ass.
That
Because everyone was so butthurt about it. They're like, it's not Devil May Cry 5. I don't want it.
His hair's the wrong color.
Pretty much. It's like if you mentally distance yourself that this is not a Devil May Cry game. So Hideki Anno is all like, okay, fine. Well, Capcom's not going to give us the rights to Devil May Cry. Hideki Kamiya is not going to give us the rights to Devil May Cry. Let's make Bayonetta. So he did. And there's a lot of references to his other games, like Beautiful Joe, which I think you would adore. Beautiful Joe.
I've seen a lot of you. I've seen Beautiful Joe played and stuff, and I even watched the fucking Saturday morning cartoon of it. Did you know there was one?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, good, because I watched that.
Hideki Kamiya made that. That's like his baby. His personal mascot is always like he said he loosely based Beautiful Joe off of his own life.
Developed by TLA, titties, large ass.
And like they have references to other Sega games in here, like all the currency in the game. You commented on this, like when I was playing a little bit for you, was they're all angel halos as the currency in this game, but they look like Sonic the Hedgehog rings.
Oh yeah, Kamiya.
Directed by a huge nerd. My favorite thing about Hideki Kamiya's Twitter is whenever he's in America, he always goes to grocery stores and just buys a shitload of like Gatorade bottles and stuff because he's so enamored by how large our stuff is. Fucking Joe Pesci.
Yeah, friggin' like honestly, this guy is what because you showed me this cutscene and I was like, what is this? I need this game in my life. Because I was like, he sounds like someone I know, and but it's just a really good Joe Pesci impression, but I know it's not Joe Pesci, but it's like the best I've ever heard, but I've also heard this specific voice before. And so I look him up, it's the dude who voices fucking Pesto in the Goodfeathers, the Animaniacs skits that are legit just like the Goodfeathers, but they're pigeons. And so he's just, he can't escape it. He can't escape the Pesci.
In a ton of Bayonetta art books, they showed a lot of art of Dante and Bayonetta together, and so it was pretty obvious that Bayonetta was originally supposed to be a character in a Devil May Cry game, and so eventually, are
there like fan theories that try and link them in the same universe?
Well, like in there's an item in this game called the bandolier, not the bracelet of time, which was apparently owned by a witch named Eva, who had a legendary Dark Knight guardian, Sparta, who were Dante's parents. And so, like, there's like links to that. So, like, people try to link them in the same universe, but I don't think you really can, because the mythologies are so different. But Devil May Cry was not really ever good at world building. It was kind of just like, you're at a place, there's demons, you're cool, you're half demon, go fucking kill them.
I mean, that's all I need to hear.
Yeah, exactly. And Dante, says a one-liner and shoots a demon in the face, and then does cool stuff for the rest of the game.
Also, who are they talking about? Who died?
Some mutual acquaintance of theirs who's never elaborated on, named Eggman.
Oh, okay. And the currency is rings?
Well, like, at least the currency...
Does she go fast? Does Bayonetta go fast?
Well, I mean, if you equip the ice skates, you do.
Oh, Jesus. He looks like Eggman, though. Also, how does his coat work? I'm just noticing it kind of crosses... Like, the front crosses itself, and it's like one goes over and one goes under. What?
It's like a Final Fantasy coat.
That makes no fucking sense. Alex should cosplay him.
Should cosplay Enzo?
Yes, Alex should cosplay Enzo.
You should cosplay Bayonetta. Bayonetta's freaking tall. She's like 6 foot something.
Well, yeah, exactly. So he's probably like, he looks short compared to her.
But yeah, when that single cutscene you saw of this game, besides this one, you're just like, all Bayonetta do is just sit there, kick ass, and make bad jokes. I'm like, pretty much.
Good.
She sits there and makes very bad and obvious jokes, and then laughs at her own bad obvious jokes.
She's a woman after my own heart.
But the cool thing about this is, like, there's, like, 3 different dimensions. Well, there's, like, essentially all the fights take place in Limbo, because, like, angels can't really go to the main material plane, so in order, like... So that's why, like, he's about to go, like, transparent, is, like, they all fight in kind of, like, this version's... Like, they fight in Purgatorio, which is, like, their version of Limbo. She's got
freaking Sailor Moon proportions, but also her torso is still long as well. So she's just a long motherfucker.
Yeah, like, I think Nikki was, like... in a mood where
Enzo,
where he was hating this game, and I think he called her like that weird giraffe-necked bitch or something like that.
Oh my god!
Because she does have kind of really messed up like anatomy
proportions.
But yeah,
it works for the game. It works for the style of the game, though.
It totally does, and the gameplay is super fun.
Because honestly, like she's so lanky, it's just entertaining to watch her fight.
Yeah.
She's
like Waluigi fighting.
She fucking kicks a motherfucker off the side of the... Oh my god, what they need to give her a Waluigi costume. Then Alex would cosplay that, like a sexy Bayonetta Waluigi. He'd cosplay that in a heartbeat, and you know I'm not even joking.
He would! I thought him and his girlfriend were going as Joseph and Caesar.
Oh, are they?
I think so, because she's super into JoJo now, according to her blog she is.
For Otakon?
Yeah, I think so.
Well, then they have a month to put that shit together. Good luck.
I mean, I'm almost done by almost done, I mean, I made the shirt for my Johnny, that's about it. But the pants are just painting stars on them, and G was making the hat, so...
I still need to spray paint my Diego shirt with the cross hatches on it, and also the Dio stripes on the tail.
And now you can do that, like, in one sitting.
Also, I need boots and gloves. The boots are going to be the most expensive thing, so I'm going to wait until I get another paycheck, although I don't have work at all this week, which is annoying, and hey, that is a large man.
Yeah, you should see him when he's drinking beers, it's funny.
He's
like Gamagori sized.
The angel raptors are scared. Ow.
like Hideki Anno is like my Kamiya. I love both of the Hidekis, but Hideki Kamiya is like essentially he pretty much wrote this game too. So he was like I looked at a portion of the script that I saw on Tumblr that was translated, and then like he has notes like, and then he does this thing and it's totally awesome, like stuff like that. Kind of like Joss Whedon's Avengers scripts.
Amazing. Also, how does this, like, just pudgy, apparently normal mafioso know all of these celestial fucking beings and is, like, friends with them?
I don't think that's ever explained, but, like, essentially Bayonetta uses him just to kind of get information always.
Okay, hold on. That was some seriously amazing shit right there. Like, I feel like it's impossible to watch this and also talk because, like, we can't... There's always something going on to comment on, like, this right here. Like, okay, cool.
I want Bayonetta in Smash.
Bubes. Oh, dude, I want Bayonetta in Smash so much.
I love...
The fucked up part, though, a small part of me is like, you know what? I wouldn't put it past them to wait this long, because they've been dragging out this roster, like, all year.
If they said, no, they're introducing Bayonetta...
Because, like, who was even... Because, like, they wait too long, and then, like, they drop Palutena on us, and, like, no one was even asking for her or expecting her, and it's like, oh, they're just gonna drop a new character this late in the game?
You know what I gotta say, though? Motherfucker, Ness and Captain Falcon. No Captain Falcon, no sale.
Exactly, so it's like, they still have to announce them, because I am just in denial that they would ever not put them in the game. Also, Jigglypuff.
Oh, Jigglypuff too? Oh, no one cares about Jigglypuff.
He's in every game.
Okay. It's funny that those are actually Dante's guns.
Huh?
Rodon is apparently a fallen angel who owns a bar called the Gates of Hell, and he's kind of the guy you buy weapons from.
Good. Just shoot them in the face. Shoot.
Like this game has a steep learning curve, but like I hopefully won't be sucking too bad at this.
Shoot Kicker. That's her new name, Shoot Kicker.
Shoot Kicker.
Yes.
The hotter sister of
Shoot Gunner.
It's like like Shoot Gunner will always be an 8-bit sprite in my mind.
Yes.
So I'm just imagining like them at a family reunion, and she's like, "Hey, what's up, Shoot Gunner?" He's just a little like 8-bit sprite who only is able to roll.
Parents liked you better because you were high res.
You were made like 4 console generations later. Yeah, and lollipops are like the power-ups in this game.
That's a tiny ass lollipop.
Yeah, they actually are like tiny as shit.
They're like tinier than the dum-dums you get at the doctor's office.
I wish I could have like I'm an adult now. Whenever I see them, like whenever I get my haircut, there's always like a ton at the haircut.
And then the ones at the bank.
Like I'm always just like as a kid, I was obey the rules, took one. Then when I was looking, I just felt like I just take a fucking pocket full and just leave. I'm like, I'm an adult, I can do this.
Yeah, dude, it's free shit. It's free shit. You're never too old for free shit. Coffin dodge. This is honestly like, if no, that's just like I can't even like. Yeah, because the shit like that is what's keeping me from being like, this is kind of male gazy, because it's like, it's not male gaze, it's not even female gaze, it's Bayonetta's gaze.
It's ridiculous. So this is where the game starts, and yeah, so this is the tutorial. So essentially, triangle is like your
beautiful.
Yeah, and you have combos, and there's also delay combos. So for example, it's like that. So it's like punch, like for example, punch is a smashing punch, and then I eventually do this, and then like. Punch, wait, and then more punches is like a different combo altogether.
Wow. Alright.
Which is similar to Devil May Cry. But in this game, you can actually combo like literally anything into anything.
Amazing. And we will see more of those combos on the next Bayonetta DoubleJump.
And so that's my combo list. Next.